Hi everyone. Excuse the dressing gown. I haven't been very well. This is the first time since coming into recovery that I've really felt so ill to the point where I've, been physically sick. So yeah, that's why I look like this. But thankfully, I'm still working. I work from home, so people don't have to see my face. Otherwise, that would be quite scary. But the reason why I wanted to make this video, and I'm not going to talk for hours because people know that I can actually talk and talk and talk, was because I did something yesterday that I've never ever done since coming into recovery. So since coming into recovery, I've kind of been yes to all opportunities given to me, so alongside sort of, you guys know this already, alongside my sort of academic degrees, I was doing a lot of work around drug and alcohol. And then once I finished my master's degree and got this job, I kind of started doing less sort of routine work, but I started to get a lot of opportunities to do things with big organizations, presentations, podcasts, speeches, that kind of thing. And I said yes to all of them, and I've managed to actually, sometimes in a month, alongside my actual job, I'd have about 10 other sort of presentations or other things booked in. And of course, each time I do something, I have to prepare stuff, right? But I had the capacity, I had the ability to do that. And you'll find with a lot of people who come from active addiction into active recovery, they're able to multitask a lot of things. And that's because active addiction is really hard work. It's really hard work. So although you're still, you kind of transition from active addiction into active recovery, your brain is able to sort of multitask at quite a phenomenal rate, really. So I've not really had any issues in sort of balancing work life, home life, my relationship, with all this sort of extra work that I do with different organisations. However, since Rico's passed away, I've continued to say yes to any opportunities that have come my way, and a lot have seemed to come my way. I'm very, very grateful here. I don't want to sound ungrateful, by the way, because I'm very grateful. However, what I'm finding is that I'm unable to have the same capacity. And I think that's because, of course, I'm trying to navigate something I've not navigated before. So alongside sort of my job and everything else that I'm doing, I now have to navigate grief, and it's a huge minefield to have to navigate, especially when it's something that is so unfamiliar to me. So yesterday, I was given the opportunity, or somebody emailed me, and she emailed me a few days ago actually, but I hadn't seen it. And this is how not with it I am. Because usually I'm on it with emails. I know when people email me, and I'm very quick to respond. But I didn't even see this email come through. And so, there was kind of a reminder email that was sent out yesterday. And it was an opportunity to speak at one of the award ceremonies in London, with the work I do with the NSPCC. And all of a sudden I was just like, yeah, I really want to do this. But the more I read it, the more I was thinking, I don't think I have the capacity for this, and bless her, the lady that had sent it to me, and she knows who she is if she's watching this. She was sort of, I think she was offering me the opportunity, but she was also sort of making me reflect on whether I actually had the capacity for it at the moment, because she's very aware that Rico's passed away. And I was just like, yeah, I think I can do it, but I finish work at this time and blah, blah, blah. And then she just messaged back saying, Annie, are you sure? Because, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it made me sort of step back and think to myself, actually, it is a lot. And actually, I don't have the capacity for this right now. And actually, that's okay. It's okay for me to turn this down. And that's very, very new to me, because I haven't turned anything down since I've come into recovery. But I was like, actually, I don't think I can do this, and I felt relief afterwards. I actually felt relief afterwards, because I wasn't adding any more to this pile that, I've already got, that I'm having to carry around as it is, in my little dinghy. you know, and that kind of gave me the courage to turn something else down. So something else I said yes to, and please don't think I cancel last minute on things. I don't. There are other things that, you know, I've said yes to, and they've already been advertised, and I'm committed to those things. But there was something else I said yes to, but that hadn't actually gone out. It hadn't been published, like, as in it hadn't gone out to advert. So I just messaged her and I said, look, I'm sorry, I just can't do this, and it's in a few weeks' time. And I felt relief. And you know what? I sat back and I thought to myself, oh my days, like, I've never done that before. I've never ever said no, you know. But I realised sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to actually, you know, pause, and you have to reflect, and you have to actually think, do I have the capacity for this? Yes, I have the ability, of course. This isn't a question of my ability, but do I have the capacity for this? You know, I already am carrying so much, and this is what I'm talking like on a general level here to everyone. You know, when you're carrying so much and you're going through challenging times, and you're trying to be there and play all the different roles that you play, and you know, you're so used to sort of performing at such a high level. When you're navigating something so challenging, sometimes you have to stop and think to yourself, do you know what? It's okay to not do certain things. And it's no reflection of my capability or my ability. It's just that I'm going through something very challenging right now. And if I was to say yes to everything like I have been doing, it has the potential to literally get me to a point where I collapse. And that's the one place you don't want to go. You don't want to get to the place where you drown and you're collapsing, you know, because that's a really difficult place to get back up from. So, yeah, I was just literally, you can see that I was actually shocked that I did that. But it's growth. I'm growing as a person. And I'm quite proud of myself.